Good evening. This is my post reflection for Lab 3. Um, when it comes to the safety overall for this lab, of course, because it was dealing with fire, I definitely made sure that I had my fire extinguisher right behind me, in close proximity, in case there was an accident. Luckily, there was not. It's pretty simple. Like I said, just using the flame burner, everything was easy. It's just making sure everything was set up stable, same height, ready to go. I made sure that my wife and son were not in the area. We just didn't want him running around and possibly bump something and cause disaster, that kind of thing. Also made sure that the area was well ventilated, yet not windy, like it's in the operation. Um, just in, just to make sure with the fumes and stuff, just to make sure everything is circulated properly. I also made sure to have everything laid out properly. Had all the utensils, everything was set up properly per the lab instructions. So everything went smoothly, didn't have any hiccups or anything else, so everything turned out pretty well. Um, Now, for the results overall for this first part of it with the gluconate, I measured it out exactly to, well, ended up being 1.01 grams. It took just over 15 minutes. It was 15 minutes and 7 seconds for when I was starting to heat it up for the actual reaction to complete. And then I did, rinsed everything, got everything that I was supposed to, put it in the oven, and took about 40 minutes actually to get everything completely dried. So then I got it out, let everything cool, scraped everything off. I ended up getting 0.12 grams is the total of actual copper that I got off of the metal rings as it is. So overall, pretty easy, but it was just for the bonding and being able to come up with the actual copper from the copper gluconate, and that's what I ended up coming up with. The final part was that. Now for the second lab, I was going back and forth. I thought that the sucrose would have melted faster, but stearic acid ended up melting like almost instantaneously. That only took 7 seconds, and then the sucrose took a matter of 45 seconds, and the salt did not melt. I probably should have read a little bit further before I started to, because I actually let that on there for 10 minutes and it definitely wasn't melting. But overall, still got the same results. So stearic acid was the quickest, sucrose, and then salt, of course, definitely did not. So my theory originally was backwards. Um, Now, when it comes to this actual lab, um, there was a couple of different things that you could have had errors. Um, Mainly when you're dealing with the sorry, with the copper and actually out and getting the scraping off and making sure that you're getting the actual right amounts off of there and getting the full, making sure that the reaction went straight through. Um, so that was one error that I saw that you could have came up with. And then also, mainly, another error is making sure, like with the height on where the ring was over the fire, that's definitely going to affect things. What the basically the time that it's going to affect it and how long it's going to take for the reaction to do, and then also the second lab when it was melting. Um, Originally, I didn't pull it down to the 3 inches. I still had it up at the 8 inches from the first one. So once I read through everything again, double checked everything, which I should have did in the first place. Went down, checked everything, then I redid it and blew through it, like I said. Um, so the sucrose was 45 seconds, so on and so forth. Um, those are the only things I could really think of error. I'm sure there's a couple other things. If I would have sat down and actually thought a little bit more, there'd probably be a couple more errors. Now, overall, with this lab, um, you get to see like the different bonding, like because it was connecting to the washers and the copper from the solution itself through the heating reaction and actually bonded to the rings, and then that's when you were able to get it and dry it and and so on and so forth. So it actually separated it from the solution that it was in to begin with. So overall, I did enjoy this lab. I'm working with fire. I'm kind of enjoyed it, just getting a difference, and like also being able to making sure that going through the lab was well. So look forward to everything else. Thank you.